maybe what I've sent out. But again, I'm Lon Basin. I am the National Account Manager for ADT. I'm based out of our Irving National Accounts Operations Center here in Texas. And our presenter today is Scott Spencer, who's based out of Washington State with the OpenEye video management system. We are proposing this as a video surveillance system company-wide, and we'll give you our best show here.
All right, awesome. And I think, Dan, you sat on the last call we had with the IT group, right?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Great. So now we have all the managers for all the production, or all the plant managers, basically. Is that who's on the call today?
All the operation managers / SLIMs. There are senior location managers as well.
Okay, so they'll be responsible for each location, kind of? Is that
correct?
Got it. Okay, great. All right, well, welcome everybody. Thanks for jumping on the call. Lon, thanks for setting this up. This is our second call with Federal Heath, and the first one we went through with the IT folks and went through some more technical stuff. So today what I thought I would do is just kind of give you a brief overview of kind of the backbone and a little bit how it operates, not get real deep in the weeds, but basically show you all, how you would operate and interface with the system on a day-to-day basis, and some of the things we'll be able to do, and how you'll be able to use the video system, not only for, going back and reviewing, things that happen, but also maybe helping with some business intelligence type stuff, and also being proactive and preventing some things from happening as well. So, so with that, I'll kind of jump in, and we'll run through this real quick, take about 30 minutes, and then some Q&A. And then, of course, we can jump in any specific area that you want. So just on the, I'm the strategic account manager for OpenEye. I manage the ADT account on a national level. I work with Lon and a lot of his counterparts across the country on large deployments like yours, multiple locations, multiple users at each location, and things like that. So lots of experience in this space, and you're in great hands with OpenEye and ADT. Great partnership, and a lot of good things here. So with that being said, just so everybody knows here, this is a cloud managed video surveillance system. So what some of you may be used to is more of a traditional type setup or installation. What we have here is a little bit different. It's based in the cloud. You've probably heard this word a lot of times and more recently. So it's basically what it means is that instead of having a big server or computer system maybe back at headquarters, and it makes all the decisions on who enters doors and who sees video and all that stuff. Everything's stored in the cloud these days. It's a lot easier. It's a lot faster. It's a lot cheaper than traditional type big compute. Everybody remembers the desktops, right? Some of you may still use them, right? The big desktops. So now it's all consolidated down into something smaller, faster, cheaper, and more usable, right? So that's the basis of our system. It's cloud managed. So what that means is, all right, let's just take, let's pretend you guys have to find some video or something like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the ADT URL. So basically, you can use any browser you want. So what this means is you can sit down at any computer anywhere in the world, whether it's at home, on your iPad, on your iPhone, your Android. You can be on vacation somewhere at a hotel lobby. It doesn't matter. You can sit down at any computer anywhere and log on to Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or Internet Edge, Microsoft Edge, or Safari, whatever you're used to using, and you type in this URL, and you're going to be prompted to log in. So it's just like everybody banks online probably on this call. So it's just like your bank. You can sit down anywhere, put in bankofamerica.com, and you can get to your financial information regardless of where you are. So now we can do that with security and cameras, which is 5 years old, I'd say 6 years old. We're able to do things like this now. So our industry has finally turned the corner. So what you'll do is you put in this URL. I'm going to go to my to my demo site. So I have more things here I can show you, but it's the same thing, but this is my demo site. You put in your user information. Everybody on this call will have their own unique login, and you have a forgot password button here. So if somebody forgets their password, they don't have to call IT. They can just go in here and hit your forgot password button. And once you log in, you're going to be logged into all of your sites, or your one site, depending on what you have access to. If you have access to all the sites, you'll see them all 6 sites here. If not, you'll just see your 1 or 2 sites here listed. So what I did is I logged into the cloud. So now I'm in the cloud, and I'm authorized to be in the cloud. So if you don't have user credentials to get into the cloud, you're not going to be able to see video or look at video or interact with your video system. So from here, you just pick whatever site you want to log into. So in this case, let's just say you have a Portland location. We want to log into Portland. Now I'm sitting in my house in New York right now, and I just logged in through the cloud, and I picked what location I want to look at. And this is a live view of our corporate headquarters in Spokane, Washington. We call it Portland, but it's actually Spokane. And this is a live shot of our parking lot. So from here, you can see I'm just using Google Chrome here, so there's no software to load on your computers or anything like that. And the IT folks that we talked to a couple weeks ago really like that. And this is a live shot. From here, I can go to multiple views. So if I want to look at multiple cameras, I can grab cameras. I can slide them over here if I want to, and grab whatever cameras I want and pull them in. And you can do all types of neat things here as well. Let me just dewarp this one here real quick. So we have all different types of cameras. We're not sure exactly which types of cameras we're going to be installing yet, but this is just some ideas here. From here, so this is a live view. You can look at multiple cameras if you want. You can look at your shipping, receiving, docks, and so on and so forth. I can go full screen once I see something of interest. I can zoom in. I can kind of take a look at what that is, what kind of car it is, things of that nature. This is live view. Now let's go through a quick search. So this is when you're going to use the system most often is the search view. So somebody's going to call you up and they're going to say, hey, Ken, we had a problem out here in Texas, and we had a white car this morning, and they didn't work here. They parked there for 2 hours. They did some stuff, and then they left. So, they did some graffiti, and we need to get this information. We need to know who got out, when did they get here, and who got out of this car. So each of you are going to be able to do a quick search regardless of where you're physically sitting. So a couple ways you can do that is you can grab this bar here. You can move it left and right. It centers over this new time zone here. So everywhere you see blue, light blue, that means there's been some type of movement in the image. So you're going to see a car go by up top here. Yeah, there goes a car. So that's what that's detecting. So there's always, everywhere you see light blue, there's been some type of motion detected. And here comes a car into our parking lot. So that's one way to find video. So you can see here we've only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 motion events in the last couple hours in our parking lot. So if you have a warehouse or you have some an area in your facility that has some tools or high value things, and something comes up missing, rather than fast forwarding and rewinding through hours of video, you can say, all right, well, it was stolen between this morning and 10 a.m. So here's probably one of these 5 little tick marks here is going to be your person coming in grabbing that material. So that's one way to find video. My favorite way to find video is down here on the bottom left under thumbnail search. So we're going to try to find this white car, and we want to know when this white car got here and who got out of it. So I hit thumbnail. So what I'm looking at here is 24 hours of video spread out over 16 little images here. So top left here was yesterday, the 16th at 8:01 a.m. And then the bottom right is today at 8:01 a.m. So you can clearly see the white car is in this frame, but the white car is not present in this frame here. So I'm going to click on the image one time. I go from 24 hours down to 3 hours of video. I can see the car is here, but the car is not there. So again, I click on this image. I start to drill into the video. I'm down to 25 minutes of video now, so I can see the car is here and not here. So again, I click on the car. I'm down to 3 minutes now. I see the car is here. I don't see the car here. So I'm going to click on the image right before that because I want to get the car coming in the parking lot. So there we go. So 4 or 5 clicks or less than that. I'm on top of the video. that I'm looking for. So this could be in your world. This could be some material that was damaged. Maybe you have a finished product that got damaged and nobody's owning up to it. So you can, find that sign or that piece of material or that finished product, and you could quickly, find out who, drove the forklift into it, or who dropped it off the truck, or who's responsible, or things like that. So I just fast forward a little bit because this is probably where people are going to get out of the car. There's a big truck going by. So this is the image. This is the video that we're looking for. I'm not sure if anybody got out of that car yet. Maybe they did over here and I just missed it. So here's our video that we want. We want the people coming in and getting out of the car. So I'm going to back that up just a hair because this is what the police want, or this is what I want to send. This is the video I need to send to HR or to the plant manager or to production or police or whoever. So I found the video I want. Now I want to export this video. So I need to get it to people. So I can do a few things here. Maybe one good thing, in manufacturing facilities I see a lot is people will share a snapshot. So maybe it's a violation of some safety SOP that you guys have in place. Maybe somebody's on a ladder and they don't have their safety gear on, or maybe somebody's driving a forklift without their vest on, or things like that. Maybe you don't want a video, you just want a snapshot to share with people saying, hey, look at this guy, this is what we're not supposed to do, or maybe look at this guy, this is what we're exactly supposed to do, things like that. So you can take a still shot. You can export multiple cameras, but in this case, I just want this one camera. I'm just going to show you how it works here. So we want a 2-minute video because we need the people pulling in and getting out of the car and walking in the video. You can go up to 4 hours right here on this version. You can do more if you have to have 12 hours of video or longer. You can use our thick client, but most of the time this works. So I'm going to save 2 minutes of video. I'm going to turn this off. We do have audio available, so if you needed audio for some reason, I'm going to save this to my web services or to my cloud. On late to work is what we're going to name this, but you guys obviously can name it whatever makes sense for wherever the video is. I'm going to export this video. So what I've done now is I sent a command from my my computer here in New York to my box, my NVR in Spokane, Washington, all the way across the country. And I said, take this 2-minute video and back it up to my cloud. So that's what I'm doing here. So those of you that are used to using video in the past, a lot of times you would have to save this to a thumb drive or to a disk of some sort or DVD, and then make copies and then put them in mail, FedEx envelopes, and mail them out to 10 people, and then they get them and they can't play them because the format's wrong or whatever. So we've taken all that goes away. We save it to our cloud services now. So while that's doing that, let me just back up one step here. I'm going to go to my my analytics and Lon, everybody, does each location have a Brevo system installed? Is that what I remember?
It's being considered right now.
Okay. So we have a few things we can do here as well. We have what we call events. So I can pull in all types of events now. So I can search based on motion. So if you have an outdoor, say you have an area outdoors where you keep some raw material that's of high value, right? I see this a lot in manufacturing. So, people will cut holes through the fence or jump over the fence or do whatever, and they'll come into your parking lot. So if you want to search for any type of motion in your parking lot, for example, you can come in here, you can click motion, you can pick the parking lot, and you can say, show me all the motion from the 15th to the 16th, which was 2 days ago, and you can put your criteria in here and you can hit save, and I don't know what's going to come up here. Let's see what comes up. So here's all the motion that was detected in the parking lot at our corporate office between those time frames. So if this is somebody jumping the fence at night, or maybe this could be internal, right? Maybe you have a certain area that you keep high value items. Maybe it's the office area. You can just real quickly search video and search for motion. You can find out who's been in your facility at a certain time, things like that. Another thing you can do here is sensor events. So this could come in handy. We've used this a lot, in manufacturing, where we can take connections now to machinery. So let's say you have a piece of machinery that goes down, or if it goes down for a certain amount of time, you have a dollar figure associated with your loss of that machine being down, things like that. So whenever we can pick up a dry contact or something turning on or turning off, whether it's a light or a machinery or a gate opening or closing, or what, there's a ton of things that we've used this for. I'm not 100% sure what you guys could use this for, but just so you know, you can now associate video with that. So let's say, Carl, you're in Ohio and you're sitting at home eating dinner, and you got 24/7 manufacturing going on. Let's say, I don't know, but let's say 10 o'clock at night, that piece of machinery goes down, and that's something that you need to know. So if we connect it to that piece of machinery, 10 o'clock at night, that goes offline or it goes off and that sensor trips, I can send you a real-time video now with that with the video of that piece of machinery going down. So just to give you an idea what that looks like, go to my mobile apps here. So you're sitting at home, 10 o'clock at night, the piece of machinery goes down, and boom, you get one of these on your cell phone, and you click on it, and it says machinery 10 down, and then you have the full video of what just happened. Did somebody, whatever the case may be. So, and these are real-time alerts that we can push to whoever we want to push to. So again, take that scenario where maybe you have a tool cage where you have expensive machinery or tools in there, and only certain people are supposed to be in that area during certain times. So if somebody tried to use an access card through your Brevo system at that tool crib, and they were not, their card didn't allow them to get in, and it was a denied it was a denied card read, we could send this to you in real time, or we could send this to whoever. We could send this to 100 people at once if you want. So you would see Frank, the third shift, whoever, trying to get into the tool crib at 11:30 at night when he doesn't have access to the tool crib. Now, that may be a big issue. It may be just, hey, he was just trying, and you talk to him the next day and say, hey, just by the way, we have all this on video, so I don't know what you're trying to do. But so we can do all kinds of neat things now with the access control with the Brevo system, and also with any type of sensor events, or any of these events, by the way. And so motion, sensor, access control. So I can say, show me all of the access denied between that time. I didn't think we'd get any try access granted. So we have one person that had access to this door that was authorized during this time. So I can go here. I can now view this video of my Brevo system of whoever this guy is, coming into my door. He just used his card, and he just gained access into the facility. So just some ideas I'm floating out there. Some of these may apply to you all, some of them may not, but just so you know, the capabilities are there. Okay, so that's finding video. So I'm back to my home screen now, and there's a couple tabs up here I want to go through with you real quick. This is where we started. The first one is video clips. So when you guys save video to the cloud, it's all going to save here in your cloud portal. So these are all the things that you're investigating, maybe HR violations, maybe people coming on your property that shouldn't be there, so on and so forth. So you can see all these things that you would normally have a videotape laying around on your desk. They're all in the cloud now. So here's Lon late to work. So I'm going to watch this video. And this is the video that I just saved to the cloud. So once this is saved to the cloud, everybody on this call could be logged in at one time, looking at this video and viewing this video. So this could be, again, some type of theft, or it could be some type of policy where somebody was using some machinery the wrong way, or whatever the case may be.
Well, and like you said, Scott, it can be a training, used in a training purpose too.
Yeah, I see that a lot in manufacturing. There goes our perpetrator getting out of the car. So yeah, it doesn't have to be just for criminal activity. It can be for learning purposes. I have a large retail chain across the U.S. They change tires, right? So in order to put a car on a lift at this tire changing facility all across the U.S., they have to do certain things. They have to put up a cone. They have to plug in a safety bar first, and put the pins in, and put on a yellow vest, and do walk around the car one time. So a lot of times that doesn't happen. So they use that as a training tool saying, hey, look what happens when you don't put the cone up. And then they show the lift going up and breaking something, right? So they use it as training. So here's our video. And now I need to get this video out to somebody. So I need to share this with HR and things like that. So is John Love, are you on the call?
No, John wasn't able to join us. He's actually at a funeral.
All right. How about Ken Weber? You're on, right?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to use you as a guinea pig. I picked John because he had an easy name. So you get the second easiest name. Type in here. Or he's all right. And I did this with you before. I think. Okay. So let's say I need to share this video with Ken. So I'm going to share this video with Ken. I have a few things I can do here. I can add some text in here. Right, so please talk to Ken. I didn't go. Ken, please talk to Lon about being late, right? So I can do this. So I'm going to share this video with you, Ken. So you can see here, real time in the cloud. I just sent you a link. So go to your email. You should have an email from Web Services. Should take a second to get there, but you should have it any second.
Got it.
All right. Go ahead and click on that. You're going to have to put in your name and pick a password. And then click Watch Video. Make sure you're in Google Chrome. And then let us know when you're watching that video. I'll be quiet for a minute while you're doing that.
Guest user, I can just use that.
Yep.
Okay.
It's going to ask you for your name and pick a password. How you making out?
Almost there.
Cool.
I'm accepting your terms and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, go to login page. Okay, it's late to work. All right. Got it. All right, it's playing.
Watching video. So that's
On my
great.
phone.
Oh, cool. On your phone. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's how we share video amongst your team. It's very easy. Once everybody is signed up and once we have all these deployed, you won't have to go through that process all the time. Just you do it one time, and then once you share video amongst your team and you're already in here, you can also come through here. You just look up users. So if I've already shared video with you before, so I'll do. No. Okay, it hasn't refreshed yet. So maybe Lon, maybe you're in here. Let's see. Lon. No, there's no Lon. All right. So if you're already in here and I've already shared video with you before, you're going to show up here. If I can spell my name right. Here we go. So Scott Spencer, right? So that could be, Don, that could be Carl, that could be Jay, and then you just hit select and boom, you share that video with everybody in the thing. So you don't have to type in email addresses every single time. Also, I can see here that Weber has logged in, right? Ken Weber, and that he looked at the video one time as well. So I have an audit trail here of who has the video, who watched it, who didn't watch it, things of that nature. So if you're sending it to police or to HR or to IT, you always know who has a copy of this video or who can see the video. So this takes the place of sending thumb drives across the U.S. and things of that nature. All right. Pretty easy. Any questions on any of that, anybody, before I move on? All right. Let's talk about alert rules real quick. So as I mentioned earlier, there's some rules and alerts we can pull in. So one of the things we pull in is health. We monitor the health of all these systems. So at all your locations, we're going to know if one camera goes down, if that one camera to the back parking lot goes offline longer than, whatever criteria you want to pick here, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, we're going to get a notification either to ADT or to you guys that, hey, you have a camera down and somebody needs to come, fix it or look at it, or ADT can typically fix that through their knock in Delaware within, within an hour or so. Usually it's pretty quick. Hard drive errors, no reported videos. So we monitor the health of all the things that are going on your facility. The other thing we do is other alerts we can send are storage retention. So if you need 90 days of storage and you're only getting 70, we'll get ADT can be notified of that as well. Motion. So if somebody walks into your facility at 1 a.m. in the morning, I can send an alert right to your cell phones that, hey, you just got an alert of some motion in your facility, and here it is. And you can go there and you can look at it. You can also go to live video right here on your phone as well. So that could come in handy. Sensor events, we talked about that earlier. So, machinery, gates, anything that has a dry sensor contact on it, we can pull in and associate video with it now. Analytics, we can do some things with analytics like tell me, only alert me when there's a car in my parking lot between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. That's all I want to know. I don't want to know if a person walks through there or a dog or a bird, just a car. Door access. So we're completely integrated with Brevo. So again, we can send all types of alerts on your Brevo system, and also do searches based on, things like show me all of the doors Lon went into over the course of, the last 3 days, and show me video of all those things. And then we do have a DMP integration, Lon. I'm not sure if that's an option for you guys or not, but we do have integration to alarm panels as well.
Yeah, we do. That's also being considered and proposed, and you may want to. Why don't you cover that if you got a second?
Yeah, sure thing. So one of the cool things we could do now on the integration with the alarm panel is, if I go here to my DMP panel, I log in here. Let me just log in here. I'll show you this real quick. So I can do I go to search like I did just a few minutes ago. Again, come down here to event search in the bottom left. I click on that. One of the things we can do now is have video associated with all my alarm events. So if you do have an alarm at your facility and your DMP panel goes into alarm, I can have that alarm pushed to you in real time right here as well. So this could be, somebody breaking in the door, and you would have it all on video and, almost pretty close to live notification. The other cool thing we use this for is armed and disarmed reports. So if you wanted to know who opened up my system between July 1st and yesterday, the 16th, I just, pick my criteria here, what I want to search. I want to see all the armed and disarms, and I hit apply. So these are everybody that's opened and closed my alarm panel from that time. So if this looks suspicious to you, you can come here and say, wait a minute, who is this, right? And these people closed my alarm panel at 6:45. I'm going to back that up just a hair. Yep, just hit it there. So this is somebody that's actually arming the alarm panel, or disarming the alarm panel, one or two. Maybe they're coming in to do some cleaning. Yeah, it looks like they're coming in to do some cleaning on 6:45 p.m. So here's somebody, so they're actually disarming the alarm panel. So if you guys have, a large facility, you have, let's say on the DMP panel, you have your office area separate from your manufacturing, separate from maybe the tool crib or maybe some other area. So every time somebody arms and disarms an area, you can have all this on video now. And I can also alert you on this. So every time somebody opens up in the morning, if you want, I can send you a picture of that person opening up in the morning, or if they close at night, I can send you this. It's showing you that, hey, Mary just closed up. It's 11:30 at night, and you're good to go. And we can also pull in all of the other stuff on the, like alarms. So if a door's opened or a motion detector goes into alarm, you'll have all that video sent right to you in real time as well. So the Brevo DMP OpenEye solution is pretty awesome. All right, so that's alerts, and then we have reports. We can send reports. There's one report I want to show you, which is might be nice. I use this actually. It's called a thumbnail report. I used this in a facility not too long ago in New Jersey, where I can send this report to anybody you want, whenever you want, with frequency. So this is a 1 hour thumbnail report. So this morning at 12 a.m. it took a still shot. Then at 1 a.m. it took a shot. 2 a.m. so on and so forth, all the way up to 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's a still shot of one camera. So where this comes in handy was I just put a system in New Jersey at a recycling facility, a big manufacturing facility. They're tearing apart catalytic converters to get the titanium out of them, but huge operation, tons of overhead doors, noisy, messy, so on and so forth. And there's trucks backed up all the time to their docks. So one of the problems they had was in the morning, the truckers would come in, back up their trucks, and they couldn't load the trucks until they moved things off of the loading docks. So the crew the night before would leave stuff all over the docks, and they couldn't load the trucks until somebody came with a forklift and moved all the stuff out of the way so they could now load the truck. So what we ended up doing is doing a still shot at like 3, 4, and 6 p.m. for the shipping and receiving manager. So at 6 o'clock at night before the crew leaves, he or she gets this report with the 3 still shots, and they open it up and they go, oh, look, there's crates all over my dock on loading bay number 7. And then he'll call, Joe to go get the forklift to go move that before he goes home at night, because tomorrow morning the next guy that comes in is going to have a cow. So just an example of something we could do. I don't know if it applies to you all. Maybe it's inventory. We just did another job with ADT. They're a florist distributor warehouse. So they wanted to know what their inventory looked like remotely. So we set this up where it takes a picture of the roses, believe it or not. And once a day, somebody gets the email that shows the inventory at 8 a.m., noon, and at 6 p.m. How many red roses, how many red roses, how many yellow roses they have, things like that. So I don't know if this applies to you guys. I just wanted to throw it out there. It might come in handy for somebody or something that you have going on. So that's just a cool report that we have. And then we have a system summary report, so you'll be able to know, who's logged into your system. It gives you some data here, how many days of recording you're getting, who logged into the system, so you'll know who logged in, and things of that nature. Pretty cool stuff. Then the last thing I'll show you is just the users. You're going to add people to the system. So everybody that's on this call, you may have 5 or 6 or 10 people that might have access to the video. So traditionally speaking, you would not want to give your shipping and receiving person access to the security video, right? That's probably not good practice. But in this case, we can assign your inventory people, your shipping and receiving, your security, your operations. Maybe sales manager wants to see, who, whatever they want to see. So you can assign certain levels to certain people. So if you just want your shipping and receiving people to look at the dock doors and that's it, you can assign them to see those 3 cameras and just view them live. They wouldn't be able to look at saved video or delete things or anything like that. I can just give them those. So when they're out of the office, they can pull up on their phone at each of your 6 locations, say, okay, we have 22 trucks backed up, or maybe they're looking at inventory. They're saying, hey, we have, maybe you're ordering, procurement folks want to know how many 2-inch poles you have at each of your facilities because they want to order some. So instead of calling somebody, maybe they have access to a camera that looks at the area that keeps the 2-inch poles and things like that. So you could add users to the system. So basically you add a first name, last name, you put in their email address so they get the invite, then you add them to a group. So maybe it would be shipping, receiving. Maybe maybe it's shipping, receiving, or maybe it's inventory, or whatever you want to call it, right? Sales, whatever. You can make up your own thing here, and you can assign them to whatever group. So let's say you had one procurement person at your corporate facility that needed to see, the parking lot to see how much raw materials you had in the parking lot at all 6 locations. So you would assign them, you create a group that said inventory guy or girl. And when they log in, they see all 6 locations, and they only see that one camera looking at the parking lot where all the 2-inch poles are. And that's all they would see. So once you set it up once, you can just assign people very easily in the system. All right. I think that's the highlights I wanted to cover with everybody, just kind of an overview. Once the system's installed and live, what we'll do is we'll get everybody back on the call, and I'll go through a training session with, I can do it as a group or individually, and we'll teach you how to log in, to your site. We'll get you set up with your permissions. We'll make sure everything's, programmed correctly and everything's up and running. So I do that a lot for ADT as well. So that's not a problem. We can do that. So, all right. Any questions, comments? Anything else you want me to cover, Lon?
Hey, I got a quick question. This is Dan Schultz. I got a quick question on the sound feature. Is that something that is basically camera specific, meaning that you would have to buy a certain type of equipment to have sound available to you, or regardless of the cameras and equipment that we go with, there's going to be that sound that's available?
Very good question. So we do have some of our cameras have microphones built into them. I'll just tell you, they're not the best microphones. So if you're thinking about putting this on your, if you want to put it in a conference room, probably no problems. But if you're going to put it out in a, manufacturing floor, probably not a good idea. But the alternative to that is we do have inputs and outputs on our cameras. So basically, you would buy an external microphone that ADT has, and you would plug the external microphone into our camera inputs and outputs, and you can put that microphone anywhere you want so you can hear. And then of course you have to have talk down, so you have to so usually you'll put in an amplifier with inputs and outputs associated with the cameras, and you can use it that way. We do have, along those same lines, we do have a feature called two-way talk down. So let's envision outdoors in your secure outdoor facility where you keep raw materials. You get an indication at 10 o'clock at night that somebody's on the property, and you get this and you see somebody actually on the property. We do have a two-way talk down button on our cell phones, so you could actually hit a button on your cell phone and say, "Hey, I see you in the parking lot. Get out of there. The cops are on the way." You could actually talk live to, an intruder, or maybe even somebody on the machinery floor, right? Say, "Hey, you could make an announcement to them, say, hey, you got to put on your safety vest," or whatever, things like that. So the audio capabilities are really pretty cool, actually. So you don't have to have our camera. You can use other cameras. Our cameras make it easy because we have the inputs and outputs already on the camera just to plug it in.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions?
Is there anything that you all currently do with your camera systems now that he didn't go over or cover that you might like to see how that would happen? Any of that from anyone? I'll take that as a no, and you pretty much covered everything. Okay.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for putting this together, Lon. Everybody on the call, thanks for joining. Look forward to working with you guys in the future. We're here to support you. And once this is installed with hopefully the Brevo and the DMP panel and everything, we'll be doing some training and get everybody up to speed. And I think everybody will be really happy with the solution here.
Definitely. Thank you, Scott. That's a great show, and appreciate everybody taking the time out to join us today. I will have a recording of this. And if you do have any questions, feel free to let David know, or most of you probably have my email, and you can send me any questions. Just copy David, and I'll either answer it or get the answer for you as quickly as possible.
I just thought of a question. Maybe you covered it and I missed it. When you look at the individual screens, is there a way to zoom in? I didn't see that.
Yeah, so if we go here, so let me bring in a different camera. So you can zoom in on each one of these. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So yeah, each individual camera. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, those are all variable focus, are they not?
Some of them are. What I'm doing here is I'm digitally zooming in on things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And so the only thing to be concerned about on a lower resolution camera is that the more you zoom in, then you are going to have pixelated images like that.
Mhm.
So you want to be cognizant of that when we pick a camera for that purpose. Let's say you want to zoom in on a piece of machinery or a specific area, then you're going to be wanting 3 to 4 or higher megapixels on the camera in order to get a really good quality image.
Right.
So this is an 8 megapixel camera. This is the highest. This is a 4K camera. This is the highest we can go. I'm just looking for a vehicle somewhere in here. Sometimes there's a car parked in here. So I'll show you the difference here real quick. So let me go full screen here. All right, so here's an 8 megapixel camera, and this car is probably 100 feet away, maybe. So this is pretty good resolution that you're going to be able to get. Oh, let me go here. There we go. So you can see the resolution here in this camera.
Good.
That is beautiful.
So, but as you know, the 8 megapixel cameras are a little more pricey, but depending on what you want to see, if you need to see detail, then you're going to want to go with this 4K 8 megapixel camera. But if you just want, general overview, then you're going to you can go with a 4 megapixel camera. Here's the difference, right?
Right.
So,
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks again.
All right, guys. Have a great day and weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too. Thanks, Lon. Scott.